actors in it: Dev Patel, Rooney Mara, David Wenham, and Nicole Kidman. Not my favorite. One of my favorites. It's great, but it is a tearjerker. So heads up. 5-year-old Saru gets lost on a train traveling away from his home and family. Frightened and bewildered, he ends up thousands of miles away in chaotic Calcutta. Somehow he survives living on the streets, escaping all sorts of terrors and close calls in the process, before ending up in an orphanage that is itself not exactly a safe haven. Eventually, Saru is adopted by an Australian couple, which is where Nicole Kidman comes in, and finds love and security as he grows up in Hobart. As an adult, not wanting to hurt his adoptive parents' feelings, Saru, Dev Patel now, as an adult, suppresses his past, his emotional need for reunification, and his hope of ever finding his lost mother and brother, but a chance meeting with some fellow Indians reawakens his buried yearning. Armed with only a handful of memories, his unwavering determination, and revolutionary technology known as Google Earth, Saru sets out to find his lost family and finally return to his home. And this is based on a true story, which is crazy. Just imagine, as a kid, when you're a kid and you lose your parental figure in the grocery store for 5 minutes, and the terror, even for 30 seconds, the terror that you feel. This poor little boy got on a train and ended up thousands of miles. I would have said thousands of miles away. Yes, he ends up thousands of miles away. So that is Lion with Dev Patel. Then, The Grudge. What would a horror collection be without The Grudge? So I finally found The Grudge for $1. The Grudge. I don't know how the glare is, because I'm sitting in front of the window right now, but it never forgives, and it never forgets. Sarah Michelle Gellar. When someone dies in the grip of a powerful rage, a curse is left behind. It never forgives, and it never forgets. Sarah Michelle Gellar stars as an American nurse who has come to work in Tokyo. Following a series of horrifying and mysterious deaths, she encounters the vengeful supernatural spirit that possesses its victims, claims their souls, and then passes its curse to another person in a spreading chain of horror. Now she must find a way to break this supernatural spell, or become the next victim of an ancient evil that never dies, but forever lives to kill. Oh god, I haven't seen this in forever. So it'll be a great rewatch. When you are thrifting DVDs, make sure you open them up and double check that they're crispy clean, because I saw the cutest strawberry shortcake DVD at Goodwill last week, and I wanted it so bad I opened it up. The DVD was trash. So I'm still sad about that, but at least I caught it and I didn't waste my money. Okay, more horror. We've got The Orphan. The Orphan. This is loosely based on a true story as well. There's something wrong with Esther. Esther is my grandmother's middle name. I'm not supposed to tell anybody. She dislikes it very much. She doesn't even use her real first name. So, a superbly crafted thriller with a jaw-dropping twist. Tragedy seems to follow 9-year-old Esther. She was orphaned in her native Russia. Her last adoptive family perished in a fire. Esther barely escaped, but now the Goldman family has adopted her, and life is good. Until a classmate takes a serious fall from the slide. Until an orphanage nun is battered to death. Until Esther's new mom wonders if the tragic fire was an accident. successful production comes The Orphan, bringing stunning new twists to psychological thriller and locking audiences in a tightening vice of mystery, suspicion, and terror. You'll never forget Esther, so sweet, so intelligent, so creative, so disturbed. It's based on that little girl Natalia Grace was that her name? That they thought was a child, but she ended up being much older. foundation of the